My Little Puggy Chapter 2, written by Darthwill 3. Rainbow and Tank exited the pet shop, with the Wonder Pugs following behind with their new collars and name tags on. All the collars had the same main color of the Wonderbolts for their namesakes. Spitfire's was orange and yellow streaked, Soarin' dark blue, Fleetfoot white, and Rapidfire turquoise and white streaked. Every single little puppy snorted with pride. Since the puppies couldn't keep up in the air, what with no wings and only tiny little legs, Rainbow had to lead them on the ground. Tank remained flying in the air. Moments later, they were all outside the Golden Oak Library, which served as the house of Twilight Sparkle. Rainbow knocked on the door. "Come in!" called Twilight from inside. She opened up and then saw two familiar faces. "Oh, hi Rainbow Dash," she said warmly. "Hi Tank, how's it going with..." She suddenly stopped as she saw the Wonder Pugs right behind the blue Pegasus and the flying tortoise, before rushing over to meet them. Twilight?" asked Rainbow, dumbfounded. "Oh, Rainbow!" chuckled Twilight as Spitfire kissed her on the cheek. "You didn't tell me you were buying such adorable puppies." Rainbow grimaced. "They sure are, admirable. I'll give them that." She spoke hesitantly, barely managing not to say the other word that began with an A and a D. If that got out, her entire reputation would have fallen apart piece by piece. "And no, I didn't buy those puppies. I found them, and bought collars and name tags for them. That's it." "Oh," said Twilight. "So what are you going to do with them?" "That's what I came to you for, Twi. Can you take care of them for me? They really need a place to stay." Twilight smiled, though it kind of looked rather sad. "Rainbow Dash, I would love to watch over them." "Great!" exclaimed Rainbow, and she turned to the puppies, speaking proudly. "Wonder Pugs, I declare the house of Twilight Sparkle as your official new home." The Wonder Pugs barked with excitement and raced into the house. But, Twilight began. "Thanks a lot, Twilight," said Rainbow. "You're the only pony I know who knows how to keep things organized. That's your specialty, right? But, well, I'm sure you'll do a good job." Rainbow turned and walked into the house. "But before I go, I want to see how the little guys are doing." "Rainbow!" Twilight said, sharply with such exasperation that she got her friend's attention. "You haven't let me finish! I would really, really love to watch over the puppies, but I can't." Rainbow stopped and looked back at Twilight. Her eyes widened with disbelief and dismay. "Huh?" she began to say. "But why not? 1, I haven't got any experience with handling dogs. 2, I don't have the time. And 3, the only pony we know who has that kind of training and has a home for animals on the ground is..." But before Twilight could finish, there was a scream inside the house, right upstairs to where she and Spike the baby dragon kept their beds. Rainbow, Twilight, and Tank rushed to the scene to find Spitfire and Soarin' playing tug-of-war with Spike's blanket, using their mouths to do the pulling. Their faint snorting could just barely be heard from afar. And that wasn't the only thing that the two ponies saw. "My blanket!" shouted Spike in a high-pitched voice, rushing over to his bed. "My blue blanket! Give me back my blue blanket!" Grabbing a hold of the cloth, he yanked it out of the dumbstruck puppy's oral clutches and nuzzled it on his head. In a few seconds, he became completely relaxed. With no object to play with, Soarin' and Spitfire decided to keep their paws busy with each other on the bed. "Spike," said Rainbow, raising an eyebrow, "can you tell me what's with you and the blanket?" "Sorry, Rainbow Dash," said Spike sheepishly. "I just don't like any pony touching my blue blanket." "I can see that. It's nothing serious. It's just that I've had it ever since the day I hatched, and I find it very comforting. Twilight giggled. He'll get used to it, she whispered to Rainbow. Rainbow just rolled her eyes. Right. Just then, they heard a yip and found Fleetfoot racing around the room, knocking down stacked piles of books that were laid on the floor. She didn't feel like stopping, despite her tiny little paws. Oh no! Cried Twilight. Those books were alphabetized! Sorry, Twilight, said Rainbow bashfully. Fleetfoot likes to run around. She's supposed to be a little hyper. Twilight tensely fixed her eyes on Rainbow. A little? Woot! The two ponies looked to their right and found Aloysius the owl standing in his usual perch on Twilight's desk. Chewing on his left foot was, Rapid fire! Rainbow ran over and got her hooves on the puppy. A second later, Aloysius's foot was free. You ought to be more careful, Rainbow scolded to Rapid Fire. I don't know how you managed to jump on a perch twice your height, but you could have slipped and had an accident. Little Rapid Fire gave a whimper of remorse. Satisfied with the apology, Rainbow turned to face the direction of the beds and called out, Spitfire! Soren! Down here! On the double! Obediently, the two puppies obliged and hopped down the stairs. Not one of them made a trip. Wow! Exclaimed Rainbow, putting Rapid Fire down on the floor. Who knew puppies of your size could climb upstairs and downstairs so easily? All four Wonder Pugs smiled and wagged their tails proudly. Anyways, Twilight spoke, I appreciate your coming to me, Rainbow, but I think you should let Fluttershy take care of your puppies. Rainbow shook her head. Are you kidding me? You saw how many animals she has in her house? I know, acknowledged Twilight, but she can't possibly have too many animals that require her. You know what? Cut in Rainbow, sighing in resignation. Don't bother. I'll find some pony else that'll fit the bill. And with that, she stormed out the door, Tank and the Wonder Pugs trailing from behind. Twilight looked on, speechless for a few seconds before calling out, Well, then, thanks for dropping by, Rainbow. The blue Pegasus didn't answer. She just slammed the door from the outside. I can't believe it, complained Rainbow. To think that Twilight would know everything, and yet she doesn't know how to take care of 4 little puppies. She took a deep breath and allowed herself to relax. The Wonder Pugs watched Rainbow with worry. They started to whimper once more. Noticing the puppies' troubles, Rainbow lowered her head towards them. It's okay, little guys, she soothed. It's not your fault. I just thought I found the perfect home for you. Looks like we're in a tough hay bale. Now, who should we ask next? Tank and the puppies waited patiently for a couple of seconds before regaining their spirits as Rainbow shouted out the name of the pony she came up with. Pinkie Pie!